Ever get that feeling where you're like, wait, I keep hearing this tech term, but what does it actually mean?
Oh, totally. Yeah, like it's important, but you're not quite sure why.
Exactly. Well, this deep dive is for all of you out there who sent in those tech terms you wanted us to break down. We're getting back to basics today.
Yeah, the foundational stuff, the things that are everywhere in tech, but maybe you haven't had the time to really dig into.
We're clearing up the confusion. No more tech overload, just straight talk on what these terms mean and why they matter.
Think of it like unlocking the secret language of the digital world.
So first up, AI, artificial intelligence. This one's actually pretty straightforward when you break it down.
It's basically machines trying to think and learn like we do.
Right. And we see this all the time now. Your Siri, your Alexa.
Oh, for sure. Like when you ask your phone something and it actually gets what you're asking, that's AI.
It's kind of wild, actually, when you stop and think about it. Machines that can mimic human intelligence.
And it goes way beyond just those voice assistants. We're talking AI in healthcare, helping doctors with diagnoses and stuff.
I've even heard about it being used for self-driving cars.
Mhm.
Pretty mind-blowing.
Right. AI is really changing the game, and it's only getting more advanced.
Okay, so how do these AI systems actually learn and figure things out? That's where algorithms come in.
Ah, yes, algorithms. Think of it like a recipe, a set of instructions that tell the computer what to do.
Like step by step.
Exactly, like a step-by-step guide to solving a problem. And you see this all the time online.
Totally, yeah. Search engines are a perfect example.
Right. When you search for something on Google, it's the algorithm that's sifting through billions of websites.
To find you exactly what you need.
And even think about your social media feeds, like which posts show up first. That's also algorithms at work.
Shaping our online experience. Fascinating.
It makes you wonder, how much of what we see online is being chosen for us.
True, true. Okay, moving on to the cloud, or rather cloud computing. This is where things get really interesting.
The cloud is basically like using a bunch of remote servers to store your data and run your software instead of, on your own computer.
So instead of everything being saved directly on your laptop, it's stored somewhere else and you access it over the internet.
Which is actually super convenient because then you can get to your stuff from anywhere.
Like from your phone, your tablet, any device.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have that internet connection.
Exactly. It's all about access and flexibility.
Okay, but with all this data floating around out there, cybersecurity becomes a huge deal.
Right, because you want to make sure all that info is safe and sound.
Cybersecurity is basically everything we do to protect our computers and our data from, hackers and unauthorized access.
Think of it as the digital locks and alarms on your digital life.
Now, unfortunately, sometimes those security measures fail, and that's when we have a data breach.
A data breach is when someone gets access to information that they shouldn't have.
Like personal details, passwords, all kinds of sensitive stuff. We hear about companies getting hit by data breaches all the time.
Which is why cybersecurity is so important. It's like the first line of defense in keeping our data safe.
One super important tool in cybersecurity is encryption.
Oh yeah, encryption is key. It basically scrambles your data so that only the people with the right digital key can read it.
It's like sending a secret message that only the intended recipient can decode.
And we see this all the time now, messaging apps, banking apps, tons of things use encryption.
It keeps those conversations and transactions private.
Absolutely. Encryption is all about protecting your privacy in this digital age.
All right, let's move on to something a little less abstract.
Yeah.
What about gadgets?
Ah, gadgets. They're everywhere these days.
I think most people have a pretty good idea what a gadget is, but, for clarity's sake.
Basically, a gadget is any small, useful electronic device.
Like your smartwatch or those wireless headphones.
Exactly. They're all about making specific tasks easier or more fun.
And they're usually pretty portable.
Yeah, you can take them with you wherever you go. Gadgets are all about convenience and sometimes even a little bit of, showing off.
Oh, for sure. Now, not all software is created equal. Some of it can actually be pretty dangerous.
True. That brings us to malware.
Malware is any kind of software designed to, cause trouble.
Right, like it can damage your computer, steal your information, all sorts of bad stuff.
It's like the digital equivalent of a virus.
Exactly, which is why it's so important to have good antivirus software.
It's like your digital bodyguard, protecting you from those nasty malware attacks.
It's not something you want to mess around with.
Okay, 2 more terms to go.
Okay.
What about bandwidth? I feel like I hear this one all the time, especially when talking about internet speeds.
Bandwidth is basically like how much data can travel over your internet connection at the same time.
I like to think of it like a highway.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
The wider the highway, the more cars, or in this case, data, can travel down it at once.
So if you're streaming HD videos or downloading large files, you're going to need a lot of bandwidth.
And if your bandwidth is too narrow, you're going to get that dreaded buffering.
Nobody wants that.
All right, last but not least, we have the user interface, or UI.
UI. This one is all about how you interact with technology.
It's the layout of an app, the buttons on a website.
The design of the controls on your smart TV.
Basically, it's everything you see and touch when you're using a piece of technology.
And a good UI makes things intuitive and easy to use.
Right. A well-designed UI can make all the difference in your overall experience.
It's like, if it's easy and enjoyable to use, you're more likely to, actually use it.
Makes sense.
Whereas if it's clunky and confusing, you'll probably just give up.
And nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So there you have it, a crash course in some of the most important tech terms out there.
Hopefully feeling a little more tech savvy now.
We covered a lot of ground, from AI and algorithms to the cloud and cybersecurity. Understanding these foundational terms can really help you navigate the digital world with more confidence.
And who knows, maybe this deep dive has even sparked some new ideas or questions for you.
What technologies are you most excited or maybe even a little worried about? It's something to think about.
Definitely. The world of tech is constantly evolving, and it's fascinating to see where it's all headed.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but we'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Until then, keep exploring.